do have a 2023 Grand Cherokee, just a heads up, you might want to check and see if you're missing this crucial part. Getting rid of the motorcycle. Blind spot monitors still aren't working. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to go over something that most people in this situation never even really mention. As many of you know that already follow the channel, we have multiple cars, and really and truly since the beginning I've always had quite a few cars, and with that comes a lot of normal maintenance. Now a lot of that stuff, like the routine maintenance, you might honestly expect, but if you think that's all you have to worry about, that's typically your first mistake. Now many of you have followed the journey on the Rubicon 392. You know the things we have to work on constantly, a lot of the things that I try to fix, and a lot of the issues I've created making it the way that it is. But even aside from that, just take for instance the 100% stock vehicle for now, the all-new 2023 Grand Cherokee. Even that I'm having issues with so far. If you watched one of my last videos, you guys will have seen that we were missing a crucial part from the factory, and that was actually the filler nozzle that goes to the windshield washer fluid reservoir. So you couldn't get any windshield washer fluid in it, and what was in it was just slosh out whenever you go over bumps or something like that. So the first thing we're going to tackle today is installing this actual windshield washer fluid nozzle. That way we can keep windshield washer fluid in our brand new 2023 Grand Cherokee, because the factory just simply forgot to put it in. Now, just like I mentioned in the last video, this must be a fairly common issue, because whenever I did call the dealership, the one that I bought this Jeep from, whenever we talked to the parts manager, they actually already had the parts we needed on hand. So I'm guessing that this is actually an already common and known issue. So if you do have a 2023 Grand Cherokee, just a heads up, you might want to check and see if you're missing this crucial part. So you'll see, looking into the engine bay right here, you should have your filler nozzle with the cap right there. Obviously we do not. You'll still be able to see your reservoir right there, but there's nothing to get to it to fill it up. So they've sent me the package right here, and it has everything we need, or we should need. So we've actually got the nozzle that goes into it and connects. We've got the cap as well, and then they did send me a little pin to hold it in, that way it doesn't flop around or anything like that. So let's go ahead, open it up and install it, make sure this is all that we need to fix the issue. So this should be about as simple as straightforward as it can possibly get. So first off, we've just got the actual filler nozzle, and I believe we should just be able to insert it just like this. Actually, we may need to remove this entire plastic piece right here to get access to it. Well, it won't just simply slide in since it is a rubber O-ring, so we'll need some lubricant right here. You can probably just get some water on it and it should slide right in. Now what I had to do to get it in there properly is simply just pull on these little friction clips. That way I could get some play to get it actually in there. And then to get it back in, you just hit it a little bit. Then you just push the cap on, as simple as that. Then you're all good to go. And another thing to consider, if you are gonna have multiple vehicles, if you're just like me, more times than not, you're always gonna be buying something or looking to buy something, and you're always gonna be selling something. Just like here recently, I told you guys I was selling my motorcycle that I had bought from Whistling Diesel. And I actually found another YouTuber that was interested in the bike, and they drove all the way up from Texas on a Grom. Now that was a crazy story, and it's pretty cool to see the connections you can make from that as well. But I recorded some of that, so let me show it to you right now. Well guys, it sure was fun while it lasted. I hate to see it go, but it's one of those things. It sure was an awesome, awesome machine. But I think the guy that's picking it up is actually going to get a lot more use out of it. He does a lot of crazy stuff with motorcycles, so this seems like a great place for this to actually go. Somebody that can actually use it and use it for what it is, to be honest. It's got a lot of capabilities and it looks so awesome. I just want a lot more people to be able to see it. And obviously on my channel, all you guys really care about is this thing right here.
What's going on, everyone? So my name is Peter, just Peter Hating Things, and I met Zach here just through Facebook Marketplace when I was just mindlessly looking for other toys, and I came across his bike and I just thought how cool it looked for an FC07. They had everything I wanted to do on one, so he saves me a lot of money, and also we thought it'd be funny to do this little collaboration, so it's a win-win for both of us. But nonetheless, I drove this 2020 Honda Grom, which I call an adventure Grom because it doesn't look like a stock Grom. I rode this from Dallas, Texas, almost all the way to Tennessee. unfortunately, when we got to the border of Tennessee and Arkansas, yeah, we're in Arkansas, and the taillights got stuck on. And since my friend's right over there, awesome people, they decided to follow me just in case anything happened, and I'm really glad they did, because they told me that the taillight was stuck on, and that's extremely dangerous if you're riding at night, because if I'm stopping, no one else is gonna know that I'm stopping. Yeah, so we roughly did about 450 miles on the Grom, which is not the most comfortable, but if you guys care to check out my channel, I actually rode this from Dallas to San Diego sometime last year, and that took roughly around 4 days. So it's definitely been around the block. The bike is just Honda Monkey rear tire, Maxxis knobby tires in the front. It has a Honda mini bar riser, so basically like a dirt bike style. It's been vinyl wrapped to match my FJ Cruiser, which is wrapped the exact same color. And I actually call this an Amazon build because most of these parts are on Amazon. Amazon mirrors, Amazon levers, Amazon exhaust, which I think is the best sounding exhaust.
It actually sounds so good. I heard it pull up and I didn't know what it was. I definitely didn't expect it to be a Grom.
No, for sure. And like this exhaust I think costs like 60 bucks. And then you can actually buy, I think, an Acropovic exhaust for this bike.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but this still sounds much better at like a tenth of the price.
That's crazy.
So, and then as you can see, it has been down, but that's just because it popped off our bike carrier because I didn't strap it down properly.
We've all been through that.
Yeah, so, and then other than that, upgraded chain. Oh, and I also sprocketed higher, so it has a higher top speed, which gave me like an extra 5.
So what is the top speed on this?
Downhill 70.
Really?
But if there's like no wind, perfect condition, just riding straight,
yeah,
I could probably do 65.
Nice.
But we average about 55, 60 the whole way here, which is terribly slow. And we did all back roads, no interstate. And yeah, and we fill up basically every 80 miles, 60 miles.
You're kidding.
So we filled up a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But I needed that regardless, because if you're riding something this small, vibrates this much, you need to keep constantly getting off the bike.
Exactly.
So, and then also one little thing, I also added a little USB charger so I can keep my phone charged.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
yeah.
Other than that, that's the bike. So, oh, and a little thing on the back here to keep luggages and carry extra stuff that I did for my San Diego trip.
Awesome. Dude, it definitely looks a lot different than any Grom I've ever seen, which, like I was telling him, I've never seen one actually in person. So for this to be the first one I've seen in person, it's definitely going to mess with my expectations on ones I see in the future. Oh, yeah. But it's wicked.
Definitely sounds much different than the FC, huh?
This is way easier to turn around, that's for sure.
See, that's what a Honda Grom does to you. It's all smiles per gallon. No matter, I've never seen anyone on a Honda Grom not smile. And this is proof right there.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So what I was just telling behind the camera is that the Honda Grom is basically all smiles per gallon. I've never seen anyone frowning on a Honda Grom.
You are 100% right. It's so crazy that you can just move it around like that. So
yeah.
simple.
You don't have to think about it. You just move it around.
Dude, that is awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Well, let's go do some paperwork.
For sure.
We'll be good to go.
And if I was gonna say, if anyone wants more content on that with Zach, I don't know.
Yeah, let us know. And his channel will be linked down in the description, so be sure to go check it out. He's done some really crazy stuff, and you guys will definitely like a lot of his content.
Yeah, so there you go.
So we got all that squared away, and now, Peter, I greatly appreciate it. I hope you're careful on the drive back. Obviously, it should be a little bit more fun, I hope, and I'm very excited to see what all you do with this thing in the future. Yeah. Definitely going to the perfect channel, that's for sure.
All right, well, I definitely appreciate it. And then if we swing by Tennessee when we do a road trip later this year, I'll be back and say hi.
Awesome. I can't wait for it. I appreciate it, guys. If y'all need anything on the road, holler at me, let me know. I'd be glad to help out.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you for everything.
Take it easy. Now, it's always really cool to meet like-minded people, especially if you're interested in a lot of the same things. And Peter was exactly that guy, so I'm excited to see what he does with that bike on the channel. But he's actually on his way back to Texas right now, riding the FZ07. He had to stop last night because of the rain in somewhere around Little Rock, but he should be back to Texas today. But I'm excited to see his video on the whole trip put together. But for the Camaro, I'm wanting to get a all-new set for those, and of course that costs some extra money, but probably around $1,500, maybe a little bit more. I can get a really cool set of tires I think you guys will like, in the exact same size I've ran before on one of my last 6th gen Camaros with the same wheels. So I know the fitment will be absolutely perfect, and with this aggressive tread pattern, I think you guys will like it. I have decided to keep the Camaro here recently just because it's a great daily driver. I do enjoy driving it every day. It's better than driving like a Nissan Versa or something like that back and forth, and I think I can do a little bit to it, not go too crazy, to at least enjoy it a little bit more. While we're on the topic of tires, for the Grand Cherokee, we do have the awesome 20-inch blacked out wheels, so I'm thinking of keeping these wheels for a little bit longer. I have told you guys about wanting to get some suspension modifications, probably a 2.5-inch lift, as well as some aggressive all-terrain tires. I'm thinking about the BF Goodrich KO2, so they're a slightly aggressive all-terrain tire, but nothing too crazy. Now for the Grand Cherokee, there are still quite a few things I need to address, like being able to program the remote garage door opener. Somebody actually mentioned in the comments one of the older ways to get the programmer to learn the actual garage door. So with that, you hold the button on the actual garage door motor. So I guess that's something we'll try and get it to learn it that way. I've honestly never done it that way. I just always hold up the remote and it learns it that way in every other Mopar product I've ever had. But if this is the exception, we will find out. For the Jeep, there are so many other things we need to go over. Blind spot monitors still aren't working. The taillights, I guess, are the issue. I'm not sure. The taillights look great. They work great. I honestly don't mind if I have to sacrifice the blind spot monitoring system for the taillights to be on there. That's just something I'm willing to live with at this point. And yes, since we have sold the motorcycle, something else will be coming in soon. I don't exactly know what to get. That was the same situation I was in whenever we bought the bike. It served its purpose. We made some cool videos on it, but you guys didn't like it. So we're probably gonna stick to something with 4 wheels. I don't know what we're going to get yet, but hopefully we'll find out soon. But all in all, that's more of an update than anything else. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. But until next time, Godspeed.